Welcome back, guys. I'm Doc Holliday. You know, I stumbled across something on eBay, and I think something shady is definitely going on. I'm not 100%, but I'm coming to you guys with the story, and I would love your opinions, your feedbacks, and maybe we could try to figure this thing out. I even contacted Dan, the card man, somebody who's a little more thorough. After this video, you know, he'll probably see this, and he could do his own dig into this if he chooses to do so. But sports card these days, it's practically a criminal racket. You know, people practically run rackets around sports cards. And eventually, I think the heat will come down and things will start to change, especially with how much money's involved. But here's one that something I ran into, and I definitely think something might be going on. I'll throw some ideas out there of what I think. I was on eBay. I was looking for Jaden Daniels, like a lot of people, and I'm always looking at values of cards and stuff, but I was trying to find if there was one that, you know, possibly I could end up getting cheap. And I found those 1960s Leaf Memories signatures. Maybe that's what they're called. I'll put some of the pictures up there so you guys can see. And there was one for sale at this time. It was like $99 with a few days. But it was a bronze, and it was 40 of 99. So what I tend to do is look, you know, see sold listings on the same card, or at least similar numbered ones, similar cards. So I did that, and I found some sold listings on the card, and surprisingly, I found the exact card, 40 of 99, Jaden Daniels, Leaf, 1960s Memory Signatures. It might have just been 1960s Signatures. Whatever it's called. That's kind of irrelevant, but the same card sold somewhere in the $250 range. It was from a different account. So this is where things got a little weird. I messaged the seller and said, hey, I seen you possibly purchase this card a month and a half or so ago. I'll put the text up for you guys. I might not get it, you know, word for word, but was there any particular reason you're trying to sell the card now? Is there imperfections on the card? Is it something on, is there any imperfections on the card, the edges, whatever it is, surface damage? Because this card was listed in a couple pictures, and they were in a one-touch case in a sleeve bag, so you couldn't really see, you know, you can't really tell when there's like a one-touch case or whatever, if the damage is on the card or the case. So I just asked them that, the seller that, in messages, and they said, no, I never purchased this card. I pulled this card myself. I said, well, that's a little weird because I seen the exact same card, 40 of 99. I think it would be a bronze, maybe, parallel. I seen the same exact card. It sold about a month and a half or 2 months ago. So I showed the screenshots to the seller. The seller got back to me and said, well, they must have stole my pictures. These must have been my pictures they took, you know, implying that it was a fraudulent listing or something. I said, well, these are pictures in a penny sleeves. These aren't your pictures. Your pictures are in the one touch with your, you know, sticker and everything in your pictures. These are definitely not the same pictures. Then the guy said something about maybe he brought it to a show or something. So that would imply this would be the first implication kind of coming from them. And it took them a while to get back to me at that point after I sent the pictures. So this would be the first implication, that possibly they took it to a card show, and somebody put it on a table, took pictures of the card, and then made a fraudulent listing. But, you know, it said that card was shipped to an authenticator. So I would love to know, you know, if it was actually went to an authenticator and all that. Because then this wouldn't be true. This would mean somebody shipped the card out. So that's my first possibility of what's going on here. Somebody listed it fraudulently. They never had the card. They never intended on selling it. They took a picture of it at a card show on a table. But I don't know about that, you know. It did say it was shipped to an authenticator. Now, moving forward with this whole thing, my other thought, another possibility of what could happen, because I looked into this person. Now, I think they were called Frost Sports Cards Fanatics. I think that's the name of the eBay. I will put everything up on the screen. Forgive me if I get anything wrong. I don't have the best memory. But I looked into them further, and what I found is it's actually a card shop in Tennessee. Now, the person who sold this first on eBay is also from Tennessee. I looked up the distance between the two towns, between the two eBay pages, the one that it was sold and the one that it was listed on now, and it was only a 20-minute drive, 21-minute drive specifically. So I thought that was definitely worth noting. Because my other thought, now I'll get to it, sorry, is that possibly this is a card shop, and maybe, if this guy's selling online, maybe this card shop, this guy, whoever, has a eBay account that they shill bid up all these cards, drive up the prices on these cards, and then sell them from their actual eBay account. That is something that I'm sure could plausibly happen and does. And I'm not accusing this person of actually doing that. I'm just throwing this out there as a possibility of something that could happen. And it does look suspicious a little bit, given that they denied, ever buying this card when it was numbered exactly the same, 40 of 99. And they even confirmed in the messages that it was numbered the same serial number, 40 of 99. It was the same card. I looked closely at the signatures. There's little smears in the writing. It's the same card. Yeah, the lighting is a little different between the two photographs, but it's the bronze out of 99 parallel. So, that's what set my alarm bells off, is that they denied ever purchasing this on eBay, even though it was a sold listing. So my other thought would be that they were just trying to conceal possible damage, surface damage on the card, by having the card in the one touch in the sleeved bag, and maybe they didn't want to disclose that. Maybe they bought it and seen it was damaged and wanted to move the card. That's another possibility I'm throwing out there, and I'm not saying that either one of these or any of these is accurate, because that's why I'm kind of coming to you guys with this video. I want to know what you guys think. Have you had dealings with Frost Sports Cards? Maybe Dan the Card Man will take an interest and do a little deeper dig into these guys, see if he can find anything, if it's worth even making a video about. But I found it weird, and I thought it was something worth bringing to you guys, because, like I said, there are a lot of schemers and scammers out there in sports cards. There's a lot of good ones out there, too. There's a lot more good guys than there are guys running scams and stuff. A lot more good guys. For every 10 of the good ones out there, there's a bad one, usually. So we got to be aware of scams and stuff. The sports card community has to look out for each other. One big place, there's a lot of the biggest scammers, the biggest dirtbags, is in breaking. I'll try to put everything up on the screen, some of the conversation, the original listing, all that. And maybe there's some more possibilities of what's going on here. I don't even want to put the card being one of the cards being a counterfeit out there as a possibility, because it doesn't seem like one of those cards that would be counterfeited. Any schemes or scams you guys have ran into or even been victims of, let me know in the comment section. I'm interested. Appreciate all 10 of my loyal subscribers out there. I'm still having fun. If it wasn't for you guys, I probably wouldn't be doing this anymore.